Welcome back to another first impression, this time for Sakamoto Days Part 2. We have the synopsis from any list. The second part of Sakamoto Days. Thank you, very helpful. My anime list doesn't have a better one, sure. So, essentially, in part 1, we got introduced to Sakamoto, which is the shabby guy. He's an ex-assassin. He found the love of his life. He married her. He had a child. But I believe it was one of the rules the wife imposed on him that he's not allowed to kill, so he stopped being an assassin. But the Assassin Association, they needed to get rid of Sakamoto because he is a liability. Now, this was part 1. We got a lot of assassins sent after Sakamoto. He fought them off. We slowly but surely increased our group. We get Shin, he has like the ability to read minds. We have Lu, who is Lu. I mean, she has her drunken brawler state, but this is more or less all. And we have Haiseng, what was the name of our boy? Haisuke. He is a sniper. He, to be honest, my favorite ability of the main group, because he has like his ricochet shots, and that is it is cool whenever you see it. Now, at the end of season 1, we saw 4 inmates released, murderers, and those are important for part 2. The first 3 episodes, I watched the first 4 even. A lot of fighting. We go straight in, we don't waste any time, we just go in and fight. Everyone gets their time to shine. Shin gets his time fighting off an enemy, Lu gets her time to fight an enemy, Sakamoto naturally. Even Haisuke has some fighting going on. Additionally, those 4 murderers are also being chased by the GAA, you see at the back, where our friend, whose name Nagumo is part of that group. We have the other one. I'm mostly interested in the girl because, you know, she seems interesting, and we get to see all of them shine as well, mostly at least. As example, we see Nagumo shine, how strong he is. We get to see our homegirl, that she not only has her saw, which is really deadly, but she herself is very strong, very fast, very resilient. We see her shine as well. Very enjoyable, all these little fights. But it seems like there's something bigger going on. And we do see this in the third party. These are the ones that released those murderers, seemingly. And they just wanted for them to wreak havoc, and you know, they needed a little bit of a smokescreen to do what they want to do, which seemingly has to do with the GAA, the Japanese Assassin Association. And this is where we stand. A lot of fighting, a lot of people, all the different characters can have their time to shine, show off their strengths, and you know, we can see a lot of nice little engagement. Now, outside of that, a little bit of story, mostly fighting. We do get some back stories for the murderers, which, to be honest, doesn't really do much, because it's not like you see their backstory and it's like, oh, they're normal humans or normal people, and for some reason they just started, you know, being murderers. Now, they seemingly were all pretty messed up from the beginning, so I don't know why we have the flashback, just to show they are, I guess, bad? Because normally the flashback would be to show, hey, they are not evil, there's a reason they do what they do. But we don't really have much in here. It's just, hey, we have the flashback. Enjoy. Didn't really add much for me. Outside from that, we have pretty good animation. all these fights. The fights itself, we do have some originality. We have a pretty big fight. I don't know if that is the Tokyo Tower or whatever the tower is, but we have a fight around that, which was pretty, a lot of spectacle. Again, it's a lot of fighting going on. It is nice to see them shine. We do see some of the abilities. We see some development ability-wise. It makes sense. Part 1 was mostly, set up. Part 2, we get to, reap what we sowed, which is the setup. And we can now enjoy a lot of fighting. We do also have a lot of comedy. And this seems what Sakamoto is going for. Like, we have like a little bit bright comedy, nice, okay, and then we have those action sequences that can turn quite dark. They are not shying away from, showing a little bit more grotesque fights in this case. So you do see some blood, you do see potential dismemberment in some way. Not totally graphic, but we do get, a little bit more of that. Again, pretty enjoyable what we saw at this point. AniList has it at 77% and my anime list at 7.9. I would say definitely a very solid 8 out of 10. Even a high 8 out of 10. If you like action, this is definitely one you should check out. If you are not too much for action, you are not going to get much at this point. However, we will see. It seems there's some bigger story going on, and we will have to see how it develops in the next few episodes.